Thank you for joining us. My name is Andrea Delvaille. I'm a community volunteer, and I'm here to talk with former Justice Judith Beaman about the Mother Risk Commission, and she will tell you more about the commission and what it could do for you. Welcome, Justice Beaman.
Thank you for inviting me.
First, why was the commission set up, and when was it set up?
That's a good question. In answering that, I have to go back to 2014. In that year, the Ontario Court of Appeal heard an appeal of a woman who had been convicted of giving cocaine to her 2-year-old child, which she denied having done. During the course of the appeal, the court heard from a lot of experts who demonstrated that the hair testing of the child had proven to be very inaccurate and unreliable. And as a consequence, those charges were overturned.
And what were the consequences of the court's findings?
Well, people were very concerned about that finding because there had been a lot of hair testing done by the Mother Risk Laboratory at the hospital. And as a consequence, Justice Susan Lang was appointed to head up an independent review of that laboratory to determine whether in fact this was the case. And after a year, this was in 2015, after a year she essentially held that the procedures and the interpretations and the supervision of the staff had been entirely inadequate at that laboratory, and the tests that came from there should not have been relied upon in court cases.
That's a very disturbing conclusion.
Yes, it is.
Was the testing the reason some of the children went to the Children's Aid Society?
Yes, those tests were primarily used by Children's Aid Societies against parents whom they believed were taking alcohol or drugs, and as a consequence had their parenting abilities impaired by those substances. So they had the clients take the hair tests at the Hospital for Sick Children, and approximately 11,300 positive tests came out of that laboratory, and that certain groups were disproportionately affected. Those were racialized communities, and Indigenous communities in particular. Many of them were used in court cases, and in some cases resulted in the children being taken away by the Children's Aid Society from their parents.
I see. Is that where you come in then as commissioner?
Yes, that's correct. At the beginning of 2016, the Mother Risk Commission was established with myself as the commissioner to head up our Review and Resource Center. This was recommended by Justice Lang in her report. And in that Review and Resource Center, we are attempting to address the fallout of the flawed tests.
Is a legal review the only service that is provided to the public?
That's one of the things we do at the Review and Resource Center. We have accumulated a number of high priority files in which there are children awaiting finalization in their cases, and we are doing intensive, in-depth legal reviews of those files to determine whether or not the direction of the Children's Aid Society file was affected by the Mother Risk testing, or whether the judge's ultimate determination placed too much weight on the hair test results in coming to its conclusion.
Yes. So then, Justice Beaman, are you part of the Children's Aid Society?
No, we are entirely independent of Children's Aid.
Any connection to the government at all, or are they involved in any way?
No, we are at arm's length from the government as well. This is entirely independent. And I meant to add something else that we do, or other things that we do at the Mother Risk Commission. We offer counseling to affected individuals, legal referrals, information, or mediation in cases where the situations where the cases need to be resolved before going to court. So there are a number of services that
things.
we provide, yes.
So what should people do if they think they have been affected by the Children's Aid Society or the outcome of their children being taken? What should they do?
They could contact us, and we will look into their matter to determine whether the mother risk care testing played a key role in the ultimate determination by the court.
Okay. And how would they be able to contact you? What should they do?
They can call our toll-free number at 1-844-303-5476, or they can email us at info@motherriskcommission, only one R in Mother Risk,
Okay.
commission.ca.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the Commission's work and what people can benefit from contacting your office?
Well, the hair testing and the removal of children from parents is a very traumatic thing, and we are attempting to address those issues as sensitively as we can, and that's why we invite people who feel that they were wrongfully dealt with as a result of these tests to call us and to tell us their story. And we have trained social workers at the ready to assist them if that's what they believe had happened to them.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us today, Justice Beaman. We've enjoyed talking with you, and we're very glad for the information you've provided about the Mother Risk Commission.
You're very welcome.